Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, from the Anoka High School Fieldhouse, where tonight we've got 3 wrestling teams ready to do battle. First up will be the Champlin Park Rebels and the Osseo Orioles. Should be a fun one to watch between these two teams. I'm Tim Anderson. Good to have you with us this evening on QCTV, joined alongside the coach, Pete Hayes. Another sport that I'm sure Coach has coached in his lifetime. Coach, good to have you here again.
Well, actually, I did wrestle and played hockey at the same time in 9th grade.
What a surprise.
I know a couple of the moves and have watched a lot of wrestling, been following the University of Minnesota this year, and I'm expecting a pretty good matchup here tonight. I think these two teams match up pretty well.
These two teams definitely match up well. We'll see Champlin Park and Anoka a little bit later on this evening, so we'll get a nice little look at this Champlin Park Rebels team in this first set of matches. And then we'll see from there when they see the Tornadoes tonight. There's going to be 2 matches happening at once. The JV's on the left-hand side. We won't see them in our camera view, but the varsity will be here on this gray mat this evening, and we'll get a chance to watch these 2 young teams. A lot of young freshmen on both rosters, 7th graders, 8th graders, sophomores, freshmen. I mean, these are a couple of pretty young programs here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and Champlin Park, you know, they've been building here in the last couple of years, as is Osseo. And back in the day, Osseo was a real power in wrestling. They're trying to restore that right now, where they can get back to a very competitive team.
That has certainly been the task of head coach Tony Castro. Zach Dykes on the other side for Champlin Park. And you're right, Champlin Park has certainly tried to find some of those big, strong athletes and get them guys out. And I think they have found some success this year. You know, taking a look at their roster, bringing back some guys. They have some young guys that are getting bigger and stronger. Osseo's getting a nice, strong push from their girls wrestling program. They have more girls out than most programs in the area, and it's nice to see that. A lot of them you'll see wrestling probably on the JV side tonight, but they have, you know, quite a few that have helped really fill this roster, and that's a good thing.
Well, Anoka, one of their top wrestlers, is a young lady, and Gigi Bragg. And
we just heard Gigi.
her. Oh, man, she was good.
She was good. She tried to set the record for the longest national anthem ever sang. I think she was trying to give Whitney Houston a run for her money there.
She did a great job,
she did.
That's
She's
for
got
sure.
a great singing voice. She's a very talented young lady, no question about that. I think she had her out about 3 minutes into that national anthem. She went out and got
they
it.
can compete, Tim. You know,
oh, absolutely.
She was in the state tournament last year. She might have been in the state tournament the year before. You know, she's one of Anoka top wrestlers. So excited to see if Osseo throws a young lady out here tonight.
We'll keep an eye on that for sure. We'll obviously start at the bottom of the weight classes at 107. We'll work our way up from there.
Starting off tonight's duel at 107 pounds for Champlin Park, Blake Voigt.
Blake Voigt for Champlin. So the only 2 setters set at 107, Solberg for Osseo, Blake Voigt for Champlin Park. And we're ready to go.
Hey, you're talking about youth right here. Voigt is a 8th grader, and Solberg's a 9th grader.
And I think my left leg weighs more than both of them.
Well, you know, I was talking about wrestling in 9th grade. I was the 99-pounder in 9th grade.
You were never 99
junior high.
pounds.
I have 99 pounds
Really?
in 9th grade, yeah.
That's unbelievable to me. Both guys worked to try to keep it in the circle, and they do. Voigt was just outside of it, but came back in because he was never able to get Solberg out of the circle. Both guys kind of finding position here. And now they're both out.
You know, similar, you look at weights in these wrestling matches, and sometimes you have a taller kid and a shorter, stocky kid, but these 2 guys are about the same height, and obviously they're the same weight.
And I feel like they have to work hard to get to 107. They don't look like 107 to me. They're pretty tiny, but they're out definitely trying to show their strength here early on. And you're right, a couple of young kids. Voigt has that leg right now grabbed by Solberg, and see if he can get himself out of that as he tries to sprawl his way out of this hold.
Yeah, he's going to try to pull that leg in and see if he can get in behind him and bring him down.
Trying to establish some position. Now both guys out of the circle once again. They'll reset them. As we have 54 seconds in this first period. Neither guy able to register a point just yet as they continue to tangle. Osseo Solberg goes for the sprawl. Voigt countered nicely.
Yeah, both wrestlers are still trying to feel each other out here and see what they might be able to put in.
It's an interesting thing, too, right? Find that strategy of how aggressive do you want to be in these first periods. Do you want to just try to establish yourself or get to the down position? Like, what's the move?
Well, it depends. You know, you kind of know who your opponent is. Here's an opportunity right here, but sprawled out those legs to get out of it. But you kind of know what your opponent is. You kind of, a lot of these kids have seen each other before, and you kind of know what you can do and what you can't do.
Yeah, these two, I'm sure these two schools are, 5 minutes apart, so I'm pretty sure they're well aware of who wrestles for who. This is probably a pretty healthy rivalry between these two schools. Solberg on top has some position on Voigt, and that'll do for the first period. Solberg, I thought, was pretty effective.
Yeah, and he's going to...
he's going to elect to go down here, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they have changed this. I'm not sure if it was this year or last year, Tim. I think it's this year, where the takedown is now worth 3 points. I know it is in college wrestling, and that was the question asked before, and it is 3 points for a takedown now in high school wrestling. So Solberg's up 3-0 here.
So in this particular period, he got that late takedown, so he got the 3 points for that, and a quick move there by Voigt. Now, Solberg was unable to escape Voigt on that pull down, but now he's back up. And now let's see if it'll take him right back down, but he's out of the circle. Well, 1 foot is still in, so that's all that matters. You just got to keep some part of your body in. So, and Voigt doing a nice job. Now finally Solberg's able to pull him out.
You know, when you're up on top like Voigt right there and you get him on the edge of the mat, you can just hold him there as long as you can.
Sure.
And try to, let him stay there, Or if you're the opposition and you're Solberg, you want to get yourself out of bounds, or you want to get up as quick as you can.
A nice little sit-down move there by Solberg as he tries to escape. Voigt trying to get a bit of a lock here, trying to grab an arm and get underneath that leg and try to pull.
Yeah, Voigt might be just a little bit too high right now, but it looks like he's trying to clasp those hands underneath and turn him over.
Trying to establish some leverage here. But nice job by Solberg, kind of stretching out, not allowing Voigt to really get his hands clasped there. And now Solberg's standing, and he's got a leg. And a nice takedown. See if he gets points for that. Not necessarily. They're both straddling the line of the circle.
If he can pull that head out, he'll get the points here. But they are right on the edge, Tim.
There's two right there. On a reversal. That gets a 5-point lead for Solberg.
Some good riding time there, though, by Voigt. That Solberg will have to try to make up this next period.
Yeah, a 5-point advantage here. Solberg now will go from the up position here, as now Voigt has to go down after they have wrestled out of the circle yet again. 23 seconds in this period. And counting.
Yeah, Voigt wants to try to get his head up here if he can. Good riding time here by Solberg. He's going to try to ride out this period.
The young 8th grader certainly in a challenge here with young freshman Paul Solberg. That'll take us to the end of this period. Good 5-0 start for Solberg.
And looks like Voigt wants to be on top. His choice this period is down 5-0, so he's going to look and try to turn him here if he can.
Yeah, you need a quick takedown, some quick points, I would assume, in this 2 minutes. You want to get out fast. Got to be aggressive now. Solberg knows he's got to play defense, but he's up 5-0. Voigt sitting on top of Solberg. Solberg is grabbing the ankle here, trying to turn Voigt back over the other way.
Nice job there by Voigt, turning him back over. Looking to try to hook that leg.
Solberg doing the right thing here, just kind of grabbing on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're up 5-0, that's what you're looking for.
just not allowing Voigt to get, just get any kind of momentum or leverage.
Yeah, I mean, Voigt needs to put him on his back. That's his one chance here, being down 5-0 with just over a minute to go.
Minute 7 to go.
Now it goes to 6 with that escape.
Yes, that's right. 6-point lead there after that. So now you're kind of in pin mode. You have to get one here.
Yeah, pretty much. At least turn him to his back. If he can get the takedown for 3 and put him on his back, he'd be right back in it. But that's a big get with 45 seconds remaining.
Solberg just trying to kind of hang on here. It's been a really nice, clean opening match here for Paul Solberg. He's really done well. Nice little move there by Voigt to get a reversal there and get a takedown.
Well, there it is. That's what we were talking about. He got the 3 back.
And now he's working on trying to turn him over. He's got him. He's definitely got some riding time here. Solberg trying to hang on. He's got 15 seconds.
Voigt's throwing those legs in here. He's going to try to get him turned over. Almost had him turned over before, but time's running out on him.
Yeah, he's got to make the move now if he can. 5 seconds to go. Solberg trying to hang on, and it looks like he will. Good physical opening match there at 107, but Paul Solberg is going to hang on and win on points. 6-3, and that's a tough one to start with.
Well, Blake Voigt, he gave it a shot there at the end. Nice takedown. Almost had him tilted and picked up 3 more points and we would have been tied. So great job there by both wrestlers.
And for Osseo,
Landon Emerson, 8th grader, will take on Nate Okabu, a junior. So a little bit of a age disadvantage here for the young Osseo wrestler at 114. We'll see if the experience of Okabu will come into play.
Well, and you don't know in high school wrestling. He could be a junior, and this could be his first year,
Sure,
Tim.
you're right.
And
People
the
join all
youngster
the
might have
time.
been
You're
doing this
absolutely
since he
right.
was 5 years old.
That's true.
That's we don't know, so we'll kind of see how they match up here early. But it looks like they're both trying to see what each other has.
That's always so unique. It's always so unique about wrestling is all the folks who just join at different times. You're right, there are those naturals who've just been wrestling forever, and then you get somebody out of the woodwork who just says, I want to, pick up a new sport.
Well, I remember Todd Springer back when I was at the high school. He'd be roaming those hallways, and he'd get some of those linebackers out who teach him a few moves, or the heavyweights and the Chapman. So here we go.
We got a potential here. Trying to turn over Emerson. Okabu looking to turn over Landon Emerson. Can he do it? He's got the shoulder turned. Is it enough? It's close. And he's got it. A fall for Champlin Park. Nice job at 114 for the young junior taking care of the 8th grader Landon Emerson. And that's a nice one for Champlin Park to get right back as they get that 6 points for the fall. And they're up now 6-3 in this match.
Well, that answered that question. I think he's wrestled a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice takedown. He had to get under, hook that arm. He did that, put him on his back. 6-3 Champlin. There we got a forfeit. Keith
Dennis will get the walkover at 121 as it's open for Champlin Park. Maybe trying to hang on to somebody for later on, potentially 9-6.
At 127 pounds for Champlin Park, they are open for Osseo Simon Salinas.
Champlin Park also going to be open at 127, and Simon Salinas is going to get a little walkover. And now Osseo has built a little 15-6 lead as we move to 133.
It's so tough when you leave those weights open, but, sometimes circumstances come to that.
And for Osseo,
Thomas Hansen for Osseo will get in here at 133. Trying to hear who they said for Champlin Park. So they got a few different options at 133, but it might be Tatum Hatchapa.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tim. I didn't pick that up.
That's you know what? I'm going to go with I think it's Tatum. Tatum's wrestling right now. The young 8th grader is who I think they said.
And Hansen's a sophomore for Osseo. It's a big match for Osseo. They really need a win here.
Yeah, no kidding. Get advantage of these weights. And you're right, in these three-team tri-meets, you might be hanging on to somebody at those smaller weight classes too. Maybe you don't want to tire them out, knowing that that's where Anoka's got some strength is in these smaller weight classes. So maybe you concede them here to have them later on.
Well, talking to Coach Springer, it sounds like Osseo is just going to wrestle the one tonight.
Yeah, they're wrestling the one. Champlin's got to wrestle the second.
Could,
so you wonder if Champlin's maybe leaving some of those open to save for later.
Well, I'll tell you what. You look over at the JV mat, and there's a whole bunch of Champlin kids, and there's not a whole lot over here on the varsity side.
No, you're absolutely right.
You could be right there. Let's go with that.
You know what? It's good journalism if I'm right, and if it's nobody's going to hold me accountable if I'm wrong. That's kind of what I'm learning.
Exactly.
Hansen trying to move in as both guys just started feeling each other out here. 3-1 early on in this very physical match at 133. There's another 3-point takedown right there for Champlin Park, and they're up 6-1 early on. This would be a nice one to get for the Rebels after leaving 121 and 127 open.
Yeah, nice job right here on the riding time's going to let him up for a point, 6-1. See if he can get another takedown here in the last 15 seconds.
Yeah, 6-2. Hansen shoots, tries to get that left leg. Quickly reversed. And I think 3 more as they wrap that period. Nice job by Tatum Hotchip.
Yeah, he's a nice-looking wrestler, and he's up 9-2 right now, so he's looking for bonus points, and they're going to start in the up position. Or actually, Osseo's going to go down. I think he's probably going to release him.
Yeah, pick up those. Just give him concede that point for another takedown.
Yep, I'm thinking that. We'll see here. Yeah, he did.
Does let him stand up, gives him the 1 point. You're right. This is just when you're thinking, I can take a guy down anytime. I need to pile up points.
Yep, and he's done it 3 times in the first period, so I don't see anything different happening here. He's just got to really be aware of that counter so he doesn't get put to his back.
And again, Hansen tries to shoot. It seems like that's what Hatchett was kind of looking for, right? Here's a 3-point takedown. Seems like as soon as he goes for that shoot of the leg, he's waiting for it, he steps back, and then he takes over.
Yeah, he's so quick. He gets around, he works those hands, and then he'll swing around to that backside, and Hansen has no counter for that right now.
Champlin Park wrestler just hanging in the circle for as long as he could. Now finally he's up, and we'll go back to the center.
Yeah, they definitely need the bonus points here if you're Champlin Park, and he's well on his way to it right now.
Yeah, it gets you kind of right back in the thick of the match here. A fall would be great because that would get you to 15-12. Certainly wouldn't hate that. Again, lets him out, gets him the 1 point. 12-4, Champlin Park as they bump heads right there and getting physical with these two.
He's going to have to bring him back onto the mat here. Actually, he kept that foot on there. 3 more.
Just hanging on. Pretty good mat awareness, just to kind of make sure you keep a body part in the circle. Now he's out. 44 seconds in this period.
Yeah, he's going to let him up again here at 15-4. I think he likes to, on that takedown, he's looking for a move where he can take him down and put him to his back in one. I think he feels more comfortable
that was almost right
starting
there.
him on the bottom.
Now he is trying to turn him over here, trying to get that. Doesn't just want the tech fall, he wants the real fall here, if he can get it. Definitely trying to get that set up.
He's got to try to control those hands.
Now he's kind of got a little side control position there. Now they're out.
He's a good-looking wrestler. He's a strong kid. He's got some good speed. Looks like he's got some good upper body strength. So he's a nice-looking young wrestler for Champlin Park.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a good reach, too. Like, he can really get those arms out and keep his opponent at bay and sort of grab him whenever he wants.
Yeah, I think he uses that strength and he throws him by. Then comes in on the backside.
Both guys out. 5 seconds left in this period. And another chance here to finish this period. And it's 15-6. And I think Tatum wants to stay up here.
Yeah, they're both going to start in the up position, 15-5. Champlin's down 15-6. So if he can hold on here and pick up some bonus points, it'll put him right back in this thing.
And that's another takedown there, 3 more. Definitely in the tech fall world here if he can keep it that way for another minute 40, but I think again would like the full pin. Back up neutral here as they reset them in the circle.
You know, it doesn't take him long to shoot either. A little hand wrestling, then all of a sudden he's throwing him by and going for the minute 26. He needs another one here.
That's little deceptive moves too, where they're kind of they're hand fighting a little at the top, and all of a sudden he makes like one little move, and then next thing you know, he's shooting the lower half.
Yeah, he's extremely quick. That's for sure.
And that's 16 to go. And
I don't think our fouls go up to
I don't think they go
21.
up to the 20. Yeah. So there's that. And there's our tech fall. And that was a really impressive performance there for Champlin Park. And they'll pick up the 5 points for that. And it's now 15-11. We'll see who's next.
And for Osseo, Vivian Schroeder.
So Vivian Schroeder's going to get the walkover as it's open for Champlin Park, and that's too bad. I wanted to watch Vivian Schroeder wrestle. So that's...
It looks like she wanted to wrestle, too.
And she was ready to wrestle. She was up bouncing around, ready to get out there and do it.
At 145 pounds for Champlin Park, Matt Mayo. And for Osseo, Jamison Colseth.
So Jamie Colseth and Matt Mayo will wrestle now at 145. And that'll be a 21-11 lead for Osseo once that updates. They need to get the 6 point. There we go, 6 points for that walkover win. That's all in a day's work. You don't even break a sweat.
Well, yeah, you warm up a little bit. You're feeling good. There's a W.
And now they added 6 more. I think that's not right. I think it's got to be 21-11.
Yeah. Well,
and that's what I think the refs are trying to maybe make sure they double check that, because they have it at 27, but I had it at 15-11 after that last win for Champlin, and there was just the 1 walkover, so it should just be 21. But either way.
Well, I'm going to go to my guillotine ratings here, because I believe this young guy here for Champlin Park is a top 10 wrestler.
Mayo is the guy, the junior, Matt Mayo. And actually, Jamie Colseth at 145 for Osseo.
Actually, I had Alec Gow from Champlin at 127, was 10th rated in the state, and Jamie Klungseth is 8th in the state. So
there you go.
Klungseth for Osseo.
So going to the down position here, they still have it at 27-11. So I'll trust that until that is updated. I just trying to figure out where the extra weight came from, where the extra win came from. I'll trust them to know better than me.
Yeah, we're going to go with that again. So
I leave it to the experts, you know, Coach. I just show up, follow the action as best I can. Nice little attempt at a throw there from Mayo. Colseth, who has the 3-1 advantage here early on. Mayo tries to pull him out of the circle and does.
I couldn't stand that, Tim. Whatever coach I was our coaching is when they put the wrong score up. It was like,
it drives you crazy.
Hey, somebody say something.
You got one job, right? I mean, come on now. Well, it makes the parents get a little edgy, and then they're after you because they're like, hey, Coach, are you going to do something about this? It's like, I'm trying. What do you want me to say? Colseth has a leg here. Let's see if he can pull Mayo back into the circle. Right now, he's teetering on the edge. And now finally, they're both out. Now Mayo's sitting in the circle. He comes out and does a little shove to get him a reset. 43 seconds to go here in the opening period. Once again, Anoka and Champlin will wrestle after this.
Well, Matt Mayo's doing a nice job against the 8th rated wrestler in the state of Minnesota. So he's got to be happy where he's at right now with just over 30 seconds remaining here in the first period.
Just looking for any kind of an advantage. See if he can find an opening here on Colseth. Big, strong. He's strong. Both kids look quite strong at 145. These are some pretty built young men.
Yeah, and
Kolseth has the classic wrestlers look there at 145.
You look at those guys and you go, 145 is all that guy weighs, but he's just lean and mean.
Please check, make sure you have your debit card. If you do not have it, come down and
They're very
identify
concerned
the
about
name,
people's
and we
debit
will
card
then
here.
return the
You better make sure you double check yours too, Coach. I don't think I've used mine, but there's the end of the first period. Nice job there, 3-1. Kolseth just a slight advantage after the one takedown here in this opening period. And now Mayo will go down. And Kolseth will see if they can get a quick little takedown here. Mayo gets the escape for the 1 point.
He feels more confident in the upper position, and
it's always interesting to see that strategy, Coach. Some people like to go down right away and try to kind of roll a little bit, and then some guys are way more comfortable standing up. And you'll concede points just to stand up with somebody.
well, I remember some of these state champions at Anoka, the Brandon Paulson and Jay Dykslers and Beijings of the world. They didn't get taken down all year.
Yeah.
So I'm
stood up the
serious,
whole
not
time.
all year. They went the whole year, and if they did, it was once or maybe twice. So they were never afraid to wrestle from their feet.
No doubt that's probably the case here for the young Oriole. Kolseth, the senior, one of the first, I think the first senior we've seen in this entire match between these two schools. A lot of young kids, as we mentioned, a lot of underclassmen. Mayo himself just a junior.
Yeah, I only see 3 in each lineup, so they're both very young teams, and they've been evenly matched. The matches that Champlin's been able to put somebody out there.
Yeah. 3-2 still is the advantage. Kolseth just kind of waiting here. There's a little bit of a stalemate in this second period as they both push their way out of the circle.
Yeah, I don't think that Kolseth thought he was going to have such a match like this on his feet. He let him up right away, and he hasn't been able to take him back down, and there's only 30 seconds left here in the second period, and we're at 3-2.
Yeah, Mayo's defense has been quite good as they hand fight. Feels like he's able to kind of sense these attacks and kind of fend them off. And just as we say that, Kolseth has a leg, and he's out of the circle again. Mayo, again, knowing kind of where he is on the mat, is able to get everybody out.
Well, he's not backing down, that's for sure. So you got to really like the wrestler from Champlin Park and Matt Mayo, who is just a junior.
And definitely showing that he's got a few tricks up his sleeve as well in a very tight match here at 145. Now we'll wrap that second period. There it is. So Osseo maintaining the team match lead, 27-11.
There's really no riding time that was going to make a difference here so far.
Well,
so
they spent the last 2 minutes really just standing up. 1 point there for getting up for Kolseth. That'll get it to 4-2. Now they're back standing up again.
Well, Kolseth's in position to pull off an upset here. He's got to stay aggressive and see if he can get on the offense and get in. If he can, he can't. But if you just stand there, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, Mayo's going to see if he can maybe get low, try to get one quick takedown. One takedown might get it done for either of these two guys. Obviously, Kolseth has the lead, but if Mayo can pull one takedown out, there's a nice one right there. Good takedown from Kolseth, and that could be enough right there at 7-2.
Yeah, the way that this match is going, and now Kolseth's going to ride him a little bit. Talked about it earlier. He's on the edge of the mat. You're going to ride him over there as long as you can, knowing that you can just get out of bounds when you need to.
About halfway through this opening duel between these two teams of Osseo and Champlin Park. We're at the 145 weight right now.
There's an escape by Mayo. Give himself an opportunity here.
Mayo got that escape. Needs a takedown, probably a pin inside this last minute. 4 points is sometimes hard to get in a short amount of time.
Well, he's being aggressive. I got to like it. You know, Kolseth is going to get a warning here for stalling, and I think they gave him a point. He just kept backing up. So nice job, and now he's got himself within striking distance with the takedown. He can tie him up, and there's 40 seconds remaining.
And now, yeah, this is where you want to be aggressive. These two have been very physical with each other. It's been a very entertaining match standing up, as they've just kind of, neither one's wanted to give an inch.
Yeah, and Kolseth's kind of just hanging on right now, and Mayo's still being the aggressor.
And Kolseth hasn't quite found his spot where he can maybe make his move. Mayo has been a bit of a nuisance here.
He's got to take a shot here, and Kolseth knows that. He's willing to give up another point, and he just did for stalling again. So now it's 7-5 with 9 seconds remaining. So he's got to go. Mayo's got to go.
Yeah, it's got to be a quick shot and a takedown right here. And again, backing up a bit is Kolseth as he's trying to hang on out of the circle, and does. Now gets it to 3 seconds, and they're going to go with no 2 points right there as kind of an automatic stall, makes it 7-7. And that's because he basically just retreated as a way to try to run the clock out. And it's 7-7.
And it was the third one, which goes to 2 points, and he just tied him up. Nice job by Mayo.
I don't know what Kolseth was trying to do there other than just run the clock out, but all he had to do was stand and be physical and maybe make one takedown. And now he's in some real trouble here. Mayo trying to take him down. They're both out, and Kolseth's not happy about that. I think he felt like he had the takedown right there, but they were both out of the circle.
Well, if he doesn't come away with the win here, he's going to be really upset with himself, giving up.
And when you're up 7-2 with a minute to go, you've got to take care of business right there.
Yeah, giving up 5 stalling points. Boy, I don't know if I've seen that before.
I don't think I have either. I got to tell you, that was something. All right, at least 4, right? Because maybe there was one for an escape there to get it to 7-3.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Mayo and Kolseth, 30 seconds to go. But either way, I don't think I've ever seen it. Both guys hanging on. Can they stay in the circle right now? Mayo was. They're both out. 20 seconds as both teams starting to really get into this thing. And Kolseth's maybe getting a little tired here. That was a little slow to get up off the mat.
Boy, this is a good match right here, Tim. You got to like it.
Yeah.
You know, both these guys really scrapping.
Who can get that last point, maybe win this thing? Who's going to make their move with 10 to go? Both out of the circle. Line him right back up, and that'll be it. They give a win after they pushed him out of the circle. They gave it to Mayo. Did they say a stall there at the end?
I believe they did. I believe they did.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, because they pushed him. He pushed him out of the circle. He wasn't coming forward.
Yeah. So they give that. They give that the full win to Champlin Park.
Champlin Park, Chris Volpinski, and Osseo Charles Soma.
So we go to Charles Soma, 160. We don't have, or we're at 152, so they moved Charles Soma up to 152 for Osseo. And it's Chris Volpinski, the senior, at 152 for Champlin.
So senior against senior here, but we just saw an upset right there.
I think so, yeah. That was, boy, and Mayo was pumped about that. And that got the bench for Champlin Park up and excited.
That's crazy.
Just
That's
a
crazy
fascinating
right there.
last couple minutes of that match. That was unbelievable. It's not something you see every day, for sure. And now it's 27-17. Champlin Park still trails. Charles Soma trying to maybe keep things on track for the Orioles as he steps up and wrestles at 152. They have him on the roster listed at 160.
Well, there's one of those moves right there by Osseo, knowing that they need a win here. So.
And Volpinski is senior, wrestling at 152. We'll see if they throw somebody out at 160.
Do you know how hard 8 pounds is to
Yeah.
lose? Sure.
I can't. What are you talking about? I've been begging to lose 8 pounds since New Year's. doesn't help
remember
that
when
I
I
love
was
my
that 99-pounder. One kid could beat me, and if he wanted to go to, otherwise I'd be at 102. And whenever he wanted to go to 102, for me to get to 99.
Yeah, I mean, I could peel an orange and gain 5 pounds. I mean, that's not hard. It's the losing 5 that's the challenge.
The losing 5.
My
Excellent.
goodness gracious.
Oh, here we go.
Soma looks like he's got a little move here. They picked up 3 on the takedown. Soma now has got some time on top here as he tries to move Fulvinsky around.
He's trying to lock him up there, and he almost did.
Yeah.
He almost got some back points, so good start for the Osseo wrestler, Charles Soma, the senior.
Yeah, Soma, really a nice start there. And they're going to see if Fulvinsky can get some points and get back in for Champlin Park.
27-17 is what we're showing here as a score.
And they have not moved off it, so I just have to assume it's right.
I'm guessing the same thing.
What do we know? You know, we just
We
follow
must
the
have missed
action.
one somewhere there.
Yeah, we must. I don't know what happened. I'm sure. We'd like to think that you and I were paying attention, Coach.
Well,
but
yeah.
is it possible?
I know. You know, here he goes. He's trying to lock him up again and turn him to his back.
That's
It looks
a
like
nice
he's got
little
it. He's got it in pretty tight.
This is going to be a tough escape here for Champlin Park.
I tell you
Can
what.
he secure this pin?
He's got it. He just needs to tighten it a little bit more.
This is a very compromising position. This looks pretty close. Referee watching closely, trying to see if the shoulders got it. And boy, he's almost had that in period number 1, Coach, as you mentioned, but that time he was able to lock it in, and that was it.
Yeah, and once he got it in, he tightened it up and put him to his back. Impressive showing there by Charles Soma, the senior from Osseo. And they go up to 33-17.
For Champlin Park, they are open for Osseo, Carter Williams.
So Carter Williams, who usually shows 152, steps up. He'll be the guy at 160, but since it's open for Champlin Park, it's an easy one for the Orioles. And the points just keep on stacking up for the Osseo Orioles as it's now 39-17.
Champlin Park, Logan Landhart, and for Osseo.
Yeah, we've got 3 more to go.
Jackson LaCroix and Logan Leonhardt will step up. Leonhardt, a sophomore for Champlin Park. LaCroix, a junior for Osseo. Jackson LaCroix. Fun to spell the name. J-A-X-O-N. Jackson. There you go. 39-17, the Orioles. As we start to get up to these big boys, though, things start to move pretty quickly. I find 3 periods doesn't always happen when we get up to these weight classes, Coach.
Yeah, usually it doesn't. You know, a lot of times at heavyweight, though, they hand battle, and all of a sudden someone grabs on it like a big old bear and he's on their back. And
well, oftentimes they know each other enough because they're probably both offensive tackles in the fall, so they've seen enough of each other.
I remember seeing Gable Stevenson against Brandon Frankfurt. Anoka Frankfurt was second in the state, and Stevenson would pin him within the first 20 seconds, probably 3 or 4 times. In the state championship, he pinned him in about 18 seconds,
No
I
shame
think.
in that. I think most people have found that to be the outcome.
And Brandon was a good wrestler for Anoka.
We'll see that Anoka team a little later on. They've got a little injury bug, too, coming into tonight. A nice little kind of headlock here. This is into a tough spot for the Osseo wrestler LaCroix. Can they get those shoulders pinned? Got it. Boy, that was a pretty little move right there by Logan Leonhardt. And he gets the pin for Champlin Park.
You know, Leonhardt, just a sophomore. I mean, they're showing that they have a few kids here who can wrestle, you know. So the future for Champlin Park, you know, they can fill those weights.
Yeah.
You know, they had some kids who can wrestle. I've seen 3 of them pretty doggone good wrestlers for Champlin Park.
Braylon Eidsvug, the junior for Osseo, and it's Royal Dixon, the senior, at 189. Takes a quick shot there, grabs the leg, on top, gets a quick 3-point takedown. Boy, that was lightning.
Well, he's going to try to turn him right here.
And Royal Dixon not playing around here. He's going to go for a quick cover, trying to get out of here fast.
Well, they need 3 falls.
They do.
Or 2 falls and a measure. 39-23 if my Anoka math is working tonight.
Your math has never been in question, Coach. We'll see if you can write a paper. But other than that,
exactly,
I mean,
exactly. That was funny. I was talking to my children and.
Do we have a bleed? Yeah, we have. It looks like we have a stoppage here for a cut.
That's the first one of the night.
Yeah,
we
was
going
to
to
say we've been pretty physical, but pretty clean here. But now we're just going to quickly get Dixon cleaned up here and make sure that the mat is okay as well.
You know, Royal Dixon wasn't messing around there. He was looking for that pin, so he knows what he needs to do. So this could get exciting here if he can come up with a pin.
Yeah, that's called knowing the assignment, right? Come out and see if you can get this thing out quickly.
You know, you get in those tight matches, and wrestlers have to realize, hey, I need that extra point. Hey, I got to stay off my back. You know, that was kind of my thing. Got to stay off my back. I can give him 5, but I can't give him 6.
That's true.
You know.
And so it takes everything you have to sort of keep that happening.
He's going to hook that back arm and try to roll him, and here he comes.
Dixon looks like he's going to try to overpower young Braylon Einsvug here.
Yeah,
trying to get a little pin kick.
There
Got
it
it.
is.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Royal Dixon is some kind of athlete here. That was really impressive coming out here that fast and making that happen.
He's strong. He's a strong kid, and it looks like he knows what he's doing. And we got a 10-point match right now at 39-29.
Got 2 weights to go.
They're trying to figure out who they're going to put up against two here. Hopefully Champlin Park has 2 wrestlers that can go here.
I think they're talking that over right now and trying to figure out who's going to do what.
Yeah, there's a little bit of discussion going on over there right now. You know, and they do have them. They have a couple of wrestlers on here.
They do have some listed, for sure they do. And we'll just see who's got the headgear on. I mean, it looks like they have a few guys with headgear on and ready.
Yeah, there's at least 2 over there that haven't wrestled yet for Champlin Park, so they have somebody, that's for sure.
On the roster, it looks like, you know, Osseo has 2 guys as well, Markel Clerk and Corbin Weber. We'll see if they come out at 215 and 285. And they're just trying to get these last bit of the last roster pieces straightened out. Still waiting. Nice of Principal Mike Farley walking by to give us the glare. That's kind of what you get most times when you're here, Coach.
I get that glare from. I got that glare from him for 30 years.
The glare just seems to just keep coming, and now look at them. Just
he's talking
now. They're kind of
listen. Yeah, they're taunting me.
We really need the wrestlers to get on the mat so that we can, you know, not be distracted by the hecklers that are here. So what do you think this is, Coach? Is this a lineup issue? Are they not sure about rosters?
I think it's a lineup issue that beforehand they gave the sheet to them over there, and they might not have put somebody down at a certain weight, and now they want to move them there. That's the only thing that I can think of.
So we'll kind of see here what they want to do, but this has been a little lengthy delay. Last 2 weight classes, this has been a pretty fast match, pretty fast duel between these 2 schools.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been flying.
We've had some quick pins here in these last few weight classes, which have really sped things up. Of course, had some opens. 3 opens, a couple of fast pins. That'll do usually.
Well, it looks like we have a wrestler for Champlin coming out here.
And announcers trying to figure out who it is. I feel like it's going to be, is it Brandon Finley or is it... Yeah, is it Brandon Finley's listed as the 285 wrestler. Will Vincent's listed as a 215 wrestler, but we'll see who it ends up being.
At 215 for Champlin Park, Will Vincent. For Osseo, they are open.
They're going to be open, Osseo is. Wow, that's huge. So Will Vincent gets that one, so it's 30. Now they fixed the score as well. I think we were right, Coach, earlier. That 6 points that just came out of nowhere now is back, and it's 35-33 Champlin. So it all kind of hinges on this.
So that was a 12-point match.
So I feel like we were right the whole time,
we
right?
were.
We were right that there were 6 points out there that seemed to stay out there. Now we should have Corbin Weber and Brandon Finley.
So that was a 12-point change right there. And now all of a sudden,
Markel Clark.
So they're going to move Markel Clark up. So Clark wrestles at 285, and it is Finley at 285 for Champlin Park. And this is sort of winner take all now.
this is winner take all, and Champlin Park is now leading.
We knew that there was like a phantom 6 points there. We were wondering where that came from, and now we're vindicated.
And nobody said anything. So that's what they were talking
That's
about
clearly
over there.
nobody wanted to look up at the scoreboard ever. It's like, just listen to us. We had it the whole way.
Boy,
Didn't make sense to us.
I'm going to be giving it to those guys after this match.
I hope so. I feel like somebody owes you dinner.
I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, certainly not down there. Those guys at that
No,
scorer's table, they're
no.
pretty cheap, noticeably.
Well, this is a big match right here. We're coming down to it.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought that?
Well, Champlin had gotten those 2 quick falls here as we got up into these upper weight classes. After Osseo really seemed to have their way in those early weight classes, really turned on that Matt Mayo match.
Yeah, it sure did. Yeah, that was the difference right there. And now this is winner take all.
Clark trying to turn Finley here. Clark trying, grabbing the leg. Can he turn Finley over instead?
Oh.
It is the other way. Who's got control? Champlin does. Finley gets the takedown on Clark.
Yeah, he wanted to throw that whizzer in there. Couldn't quite get it, but there's
Nice
the takedown.
escape right there for Osseo. It's 3-1. That's a big point to go get right back if you're Osseo, because you can stand back up.
Yeah, there's still 25 seconds left here in the first period.
Finley kind of doing a little tap on the head there, seeing if he can kind of move Clark around a little bit.
These are those big boys you're talking about. All of a sudden, somebody's laying on their back,
Yeah.
and
It doesn't take long, does it?
once they get on their back, it's hard getting off it.
And that'll do for that first period. Some of these big matches, these heavyweights, they don't tend to go beyond those first periods usually. So to see both guys there in this spot is intriguing.
Now it's interesting when they get down. You know, usually you don't see them let them up. They try to use that weight and hold them down and see if they can turn them over to their back. We'll see what happens here. It's going right after that hand. Try to hold those hands.
Finley trying to overpower Clark, but Clark's able to stand up and escape. It's 1 point there for Osseo, and that's going to get it to 3-2.
Yeah, this is for all the marbles right here. What we thought was over, and Osseo had a team win, and Champlin Park has an opportunity here to pull off the upset. And they're leading in this match 3-2.
Finley looking for another takedown. Got one early in that first period. A couple of quick escapes from Clark have made this a very tight match here in period 2. And now a grab of the leg again. Can he take him down? He's going to try. Finley does a nice job of getting him out of the circle and retakes it.
Wow, he just climbed over his back like a spider. He got on the other side, came up with the takedown, and now leads 5-3.
And it all because Finley didn't escape the circle. While Clark was out of the circle, he saw that Finley was still there and just jumped right back on top of him and took the takedown.
These are two very even wrestlers. I don't think 5-3 is going to be our final score, that's for sure.
Minute 5 here in this second period. It's 5-3 in favor of Markel Clark, the senior. 1 point there for Champlin. 5-4 as the escape for Finley. Both guys still seem pretty fresh. They don't seem like they're dragging here in this second period.
You know, it hasn't always been the aggressor on these takedowns either. It's been the counter that's at both of the takedowns.
Now both guys are out.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
They
the
seem
counter's
pretty
been the
even,
move,
Tim.
Coach. Yeah. Both guys seem to be kind of waiting for the other guy to make a move. And when they do, it seems like they're ready.
Yeah, you're seeing that counter move. 30 seconds left here in the second period.
Clark tried to throw Finley around. Brandon Finley just kind of waiting for an opening here with 15 seconds in this second period. 5-4. Getting the match kind of on the line here with these two schools. Grabbing a leg here. Can he take him down before the end of this period? Nice job by Finley to play some defense. Little sprawl takedown chance. Did they score with that? No.
Oh.
No, they did not.
Where's the instant replay?
Yeah, referee says no, that did not get in time.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about that.
That was close. It was very close.
Yeah, it was really close. Really close right there.
Just on the eye, naked eye says he thought he got on top there, but maybe not. And again, he's got to establish control too, and maybe that just didn't happen by the time the bell rang.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing it was, Tim. But we're at 5-4 right now.
Final 2 minutes. We'll see what they want. And Champlin's going to go down.
Which is a good move.
Because you maybe get that 1 point for a quick escape here.
They're both breathing a little heavy right now, though.
Yeah. Clark trying to get on top of Finley. Finley escapes, gets the 1 point. Or no, haven't given them the point yet. The ref did not give that, so I guess he did. Oh, he did give the point. Yep, there it is. A little late on the draw there for the ref, but I thought he had it. So it's 5-5.
He's in on that leg.
They both sit in the circle. Who's got it? Both guys seem to have a body part here. A leg for Clark. An arm for Finley. Nice little turn there. And that's going to be a 3-point takedown for Osseo.
Plenty of time left here with 1 minute and 13 seconds. 8-5 lead now for Osseo.
Clark trying to get some time here. Just riding Finley, hoping he can kind of hang on here, look for an advantage, try to turn him over, get a pin.
There's the escape. It's going to come down to see if he can take him down.
And maybe next takedown will do it. Grabs that leg. Little sprawl here from Clark, and that's really good defense from Markel Clark. Clark gets on top and moves it to 11-6. That was really some good stuff from Markel Clark, and he lets him up.
Yeah, they're really tired right now, both of them. I'm surprised he let him up that easily.
Yeah, it's 11-7. So even a takedown right now by Finley wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, he's got to take him down and take him to his back. Finley sprawls out and
3 more. Boy, that defensive Clark is really fantastic. And that's going to probably be enough. 5 seconds to go. Lets him up. Really entertaining match here at 285. Well done by both of these guys.
yeah, that was exciting, that's for sure. And Osseo comes back now after a 12-point turn of events, 6 of them which was an error on the board, but they come back and they win the match 36-35.
Yeah,
wow.
It somehow worked out for Osseo in the end, and they win it 36-35 in this opening match. We've got a duel coming up between the Anoka Tornadoes and the Champlin Park Rebels, which will come on the way here in a little bit. Heading in, Anoka's got a few folks banged up. No Chamberlain tonight, I don't believe. Also, Max Burrow, maybe some of those football guys kind of dinged up a bit for this Anoka Tornadoes team, but we're going to get a chance to see a lot of other very talented wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see some new people for Anoka, but Anoka's always deep, you know, and talented, so that second group that has to come out there, they'll put up a good showing. A
lot of folks who have 100 career wins who have been achieving that this year. We get a chance to watch. G.G. Bragg's got 100 career wins. Austin West 100 career wins. I believe it was DeShane with 100 career wins. So they've got a lot of folks here. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch, and we hope you stick around for that. So we will throw it to break right now as both teams get themselves ready. We will have Anoka in Champlin Park in just a little bit on QCTV.
Pete Turok, president of the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce, inviting you to watch the January edition of the Chamber Report right here on QCTV. We are going to wrap up 2024, and we are ready to get rocking with 2025. We'll talk about some big upcoming events, as we have some major events coming up in the month of February, and then member profiles. You're going to learn about a brand new member of the Chamber, its distinctive drafting and design. You'll learn what they do. All of that coming up on this month's show.
Hi, I'm Tom Goodrich, founder of Fishing for Life. Looking for a meaningful way to engage your employees? Our REI program offers corporations the chance to make a difference while fostering teamwork and connection. We're mobile, so we come to you and we bring everything you need. Together, your team will rebuild thousands of rods and reels, giving them a second life. These aren't just fishing rods, they're tools of hope, ready to be given to kids and veterans who need them most. Make your next corporate event truly impactful. Visit fishingforlife.org to schedule your team's volunteer experience today. Together, we can make a difference. One cast, one connection, one life at a time.
So we have a great amount of girls that have returned. We do have a young program, which is great, and that's what I love as a coach, is to have a young program. So the goals this year is just to get that varsity experience for younger girls and to continue to build on the foundation of this program.
I think it's going good. We had a lot of seniors graduate last year that played like a big part on our team, so it was definitely a rebuilding year. But so far, from our first game until now, I feel like we've improved a lot. We've learned how to play with each other, and I think that's helped us win more games.
The season's going really well, I think. We're doing a lot, like working together as a team, and it's hard because we're all so young, but I think we're going to use that to our advantage because we got a lot of height, and it's just helping us like really work together and be a family. That's our motto this year, is family.
So far, we've kind of just been focusing on our team culture, and just really like our team motto this year is family. So just being together and always like cheering each other on. That's kind of one of our main goals for this season.
I think just continuing to instill confidence in all of our players, young and old, is important. And then, yeah, just like having confidence in each other, making sure there's always that fun aspect of it, like enjoying laughing, smiling, stuff like that.
We love team bonding, like after games, going out for team meals, even on away games. We always end up going out to eat, so I feel like that's always our favorite part.
Oh my gosh, we have so much fun together. We hang out like every single day. Before practice, we get Starbucks.
We love Starbucks runs.
We always have our pregame Starbucks runs.
There's lots of Starbucks involved.
Starbucks again.
Like Chipotle, Zupas, Crisp and Green, literally everything, nautical bowls. I think there hasn't been like one practice where we haven't like either gone before or after to get food, but like we're basketball players, we need to eat, and we're always eating. A big goal that we have this year is to kind of just like leave our legacy for us seniors. Like there's only 2 of us, and we really want to make a good impact on this program. We got a whole set of new coaches, so we're just all working together to kind of lead the team, and we have a lot of goals to just like compete and show that even though we're young, we can still do so much with everything that we have.
I think it's been a great year so far. It's an honor to be back here as the coach. I graduated here back in 2008. I also played 4 years of basketball here at the varsity level. So it's a full circle moment for me to be back here, and it's a very big honor to coach this program. We have such a wonderful group of girls that are in this program, and it's been a great year so far.
Hi, I'm Jeff Johnson, the Executive Director at Can Do Canines, where we raise and train assistance dogs to transform people's lives. Our dogs fetch more than just toys. Trained with special skills, these dogs fetch freedom and independence and peace of mind for people with disabilities or at facilities that can benefit from the dogs. Our dogs choose from 6 different types of careers. They can help people who have mobility challenges, hearing loss or deafness, seizure disorders, type 1 diabetes, or childhood autism, or at facilities such as hospitals or community service providers. Since 1989, we've created over 900 mutually beneficial partnerships between these specially trained dogs and people. We place all of our dogs free of charge, thanks to generous supporters, and our mission is only possible due to the care and love that hundreds of volunteers offer by opening their homes to our dogs. Some of the people who help raise and train our dogs are inmates at prisons throughout Minnesota and Wisconsin that partner with us. Each dog stays for months at a time, sharing a cell with their inmate handler, who spends time developing some of the skills our dogs need for their future person. I invite you to check out our website, candocanines.org, for more information or to see when one of our upcoming open houses is happening. We and our amazing dogs hope to meet you soon.
QCTV, Tim Anderson here with you, along with the coach, Pete Hayes, the Hall of Fame coach, the guy who's coached every sport. I mean, I'm sure he's got some curling wisdom he can drop on you at some point or another here as we get set for the second half of our big tri-meet this evening. We saw Osseo and Champlin Park. Now we're going to see the Rebels and the Tornadoes here tonight. And, Coach, this is a good chance for us because I haven't had a chance to look at this Tornadoes team much this year. I've just kind of watched from a distance, as I'm sure you have as well. This should be fun.
Counts, or how many matches you can wrestle in a year. So I was just talking to Coach Springer, and their first 3 weights, Carson Davis is going to wrestle for Declan Dahl, and then Lewis Berglund will be wrestling for Gigi Bragg. Jacob Griffin will also be wrestling in the varsity for Finnegan. So,
which is unfortunate because I was really dying to say the name Finnegan Bromanchenko. I mean, that's an announcer's dream right there.
That is an announcer. You're the only announcer who could say that over and over and over again. I'd get it wrong the second time, maybe even the first time. But we're going to see a few different wrestlers for Anoka, and I think Austin West isn't going to wrestle tonight. So, but we'll still see, Caden Ban, and we'll see DeShane, and you'll see some of the people who wrestle a lot for Anoka, so it should be fun.
And some of that is because you're right, Coach. They wrestle on these weekend tournaments, and there's only X number of matches a team can or a person can wrestle a week, and so that's something that Coach Springer is very mindful of. And this is how he builds depth, right, as well, because he gets a lot of mat time for a lot of folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Anoka always has numbers. It starts down low. When the Murrays get those kids when they're young, and the Paulsons, and get those kids into that club wrestling and youth wrestling. I saw a bunch of them running into the building tonight when I was coming in, heading back to the wrestling room. So Anoka builds and builds and builds, and every year Todd Springer has this team rated in the top 10.
Champlin Park, Blake Voigt, and for Anoka, Carson Davis.
So Blake Voigt's back on the mat for the second time tonight, and Carson Davis is on the mat for Anoka here at 107, and we are underway. We saw Blake Voigt a little frustrated in that opening match with Osseo. Let's see if he can get a little redemption here.
Yeah, I like the way he looked in that first match, and he gets an early takedown here against Carson Davis, who hasn't wrestled a whole lot for the varsity here at Anoka, but like I said, he'll probably be technically very strong, but Voigt's good little 8th grade wrestler.
We talked about kind of that youth movement at Champlin Park in their first match. A lot of young wrestlers on this roster. It's a great example of it. The young 8th grader is the young 8th grader looking for a pin here on Davis.
Yeah, he's got that locked up pretty tight right now. And there's a long time to go here in the first period with 1:15 still remaining.
I don't see that going anywhere here. There's clearly an advantage to wrestling that first. That was a pretty physical opening match, too, at 107 in that Osseo. But he had a lot of time to kind of think about that. Clearly, he was going to come out with a different mindset in this one.
Yeah, you could see he was a little bit upset, and he's one of those young wrestlers for Champlin Park that you really got to like, and he's got him locked up here pretty good.
And he's had this in, I mean, Carson, a lot of credit here to Davis for just fighting here. And just trying to hang on.
Back. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that takes a whole lot out of you.
Oh,
right
no
there.
kidding.
When you're on your back fighting to not get pinned.
Still just kind of hanging on. 30 seconds to go here in the opening period. And now once again trying to get that pin set. Trying to get a fall here for Champlin Park.
There's 4, so we're up to 7. He's going to try to turn him over again.
Yeah, he's building a big advantage here as Voigt 7-0, but he'd like to get the full fall right now. And again, Davis is just kind of hanging on. And he's got 5 seconds to do it.
Well, you got to like the fight out of Davis right there in the bottom. He wasn't just going to give in. Now he's down 9-0, so a good start here by Blake Voigt.
And Voigt really definitely came out firing. Steam was coming out of his ears after the first match. Kind of like that competitive attitude. I bet you he liked that it was a dual meet tonight where he'd have a chance to get back on the mat after that one.
Yeah, absolutely. You can really see, like you said, you can see the fire in his eyes, and he's a very, very competitive young man for Champlin Park, and he's only an 8th grader, so he's going to be one you're going to see in the future. I
always wonder who got an advantage on that. If it's good to wrestle these matches 2 times in a night, like, does that give you an advantage or does it take away? I've yet to figure out who it favors when this happens.
Boy, you know, it sure is looking that way with him right now, but I think that first match would take a whole lot out of you. He was in a really tough match, 100%. That first one. So.
You know, you're going to go up against somebody fresh no matter who it is. Oh, nice turnaround here. Davis turns this around. Can he get a pin?
He might have him.
He's got it.
Wow. The young kid from Anoka turned that thing around right now.
Boy, that's so tough for Blake Voigt, who was so good in that opening period. Just one quick turn from Carson Davis, and he turned him over and had a pin.
Well, he had him locked up, and you should have seen, you might have saw on TV, the smile on that young man's face when he got the pin. He looked over that. It was like a...
Oh, that was so cool. That was a fun one to see for the Tornadoes. They get a 6-point fall. And now we go 114 just like that. It's Louis Berglund and Nate Okabu, who we saw Nate in the first match win. So, yeah, you're right, Gigi not wrestling tonight because obviously trying to keep her count number down to where she can wrestle on these weekend events.
I'll tell you what, that will be a good match, too.
Oh, you bet.
These two right here. This will be a good match. So we'll see what Louis Berglund can do against Okabu.
Well, maybe that's why Gigi stretched out that national anthem, so she can make sure she had plenty of mat time here this evening. But again, give her credit, 100 career wins. So we have to at least mention that as we get into this. 100 career wins for her this season. She eclipsed that. It's been a really excellent career for Gigi Bragg.
And she sang the national anthem with her wrestling shoes on.
I mean,
so
if that's,
like that.
I mean, that's poetic, is what that is.
Poetic.
That's the stuff books are made out of, and movies and TV shows.
Well, that was a turn of event for Anoka here, and they take that early 6-0 lead. We got an early shot in here by Berglund.
Lewis Berglund, a sophomore, against this junior for Nate Okabu for Champlin Park. They work themselves on, staying just barely in the circle is Berglund.
And he's got both legs if he can turn them here. And he does.
Berglund gets that one. 3 points. Boy, what a turn of events, man. You just thought it was going to be a big tech fall, maybe a total. I mean, just hanging on, and that's maybe the lesson of that, right? Hanging on, not taking that pin in that first period, even though he fell down big in the point total, to not get pinned in that first period and then come out and make one move and get the pin in the second.
He was on his back for a minute and a half.
I mean, that was
just kept off his shoulders, and he knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And when he had that takedown, he put him right to his back, and he wasn't moving. He was stuck solid.
Back on top is Berglund, and he'll hang on to the end of this opening period. 3-0 on the one takedown.
You know, that tells you, Tim, too, you know, the Anoka wrestling room, you have a kid, the little 7th grader, Declan Dahl, who's one of the rated wrestlers in the state, and you have Gigi, and then you have Carson Davis in there wrestling with him, and Lewis Berglund, who's right with Champlin, probably one of their top wrestlers, and, you know, compete every day, and that's what makes you good.
It's a very competitive wrestling room here at Anoka. Coach Springer likes it that way.
There's a nice crowd on hand here tonight.
Yeah, crowds really started to file in nice for this evening event.
Yeah, he hasn't given up here yet.
Berglund still in control of things, has been on top of Okabo the whole time here, this young junior for Champlin Park.
He's ready to turn him right now. He's got his hands clasped here.
And he does turn him. Is it enough? Can he get a pin? Holding on to it. And he's going to get more points here, just kind of racking them up. Up to 6-0 in favor of Berglund.
He's got to tighten that up just a little bit, and they'll have him.
This is going to be pretty close to a fall, as you said, Coach. It's close. Referee looking very intently on these shoulders. And got it.
There it is.
There you go. A couple of falls here to start at these lower weight classes for the Tornadoes.
Yeah,
that was very impressive.
That's a couple of kids who've been wrestling JV most of the year, and they get a couple pins. You think Champlin Park would like them over there?
I would think so.
I think they would.
They are open for Anoka, Jacob Griffith.
So Jacob Griffith will get the walkover win in the open 121 weight class.
27 pounds for Champlin Park. They are open.
Same thing here. They're going to be open at 127.
And for Anoka, at 127 pounds, Andrew Thamer.
Andrew Thamer gets the nice little win. 24-0. Anoka building a lead here. And we move all the way.
Pounds for Champlin Park. Tato, Achaba, and for Anoka, Owen Rohde.
Owen Rohde will wrestle here at 133 against Tatum Hachaba. Tatum was really quite impressive, I thought, in that first match against Osseo. And he's back out again against Owen Rohde.
Yeah, he was impressive that first time around, really quick, and he got a whole lot of takedowns, let him back up again and take him right back down again. So nice looking wrestler for Champlin Park.
So those open weight classes again at 121 and 127. So we now got our answer. They weren't saving anybody. Didn't have anybody for those weights tonight. Hachaba scrambles out of the circle and does. We'll stand them both up again.
That was close for Rohde right there, but he gets off the edge of the mat. It's Hachaba. And he's shooting in again here. Has pretty good position on him.
Rohde, a sophomore, listed on the roster at 127, wrestling up here at 133. And appears quite comfortable with that.
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah, Anoka didn't have anybody listed at 133. They moved Rohde up there, and he seems to be in control of this match early.
Got the 3 points on that initial takedown and now has a leg here and trying to take down Hachiba again, and does. Sweeps the leg, but does he have control here? He keeps 1 foot in the circle. He's got enough here if he can just hang on.
You've got to keep that toe down in the circle.
Just barely on the edge of that circle, and still is, and now finally way extended out beyond the mat, and that's going to be a big point. Big 4 points there for Rhodey.
I like the way Rhodey looks out there. He's quick. Looks like he has some pretty good strength. And looks like technically he's very strong for Anoka.
All the things we liked about Hachiba in the first match: quick, strong, physical. And Rhodey has countered that quite nicely in this match. Trying to turn him over here.
He's got it. He's got at least 3 more here. You know, that's with Hachiba. He's a strong kid.
Yeah.
He got himself off his back right there, but
that makes that all the more impressive what you're seeing out of Owen Rhodey, who is just right now just technically super solid, 11-0. And as we saw from the first match, anything can happen. So Hachiba maybe just looking for that one opening for a takedown and a pin.
yeah, the different level of wrestling is just crazy. You know, he was so dominant in that first match, and he's kind of getting dominated right now by the Anoka wrestler.
It just seems like he's able to get position as Rhodey at will, as there's another takedown. And we are definitely in tech fall territory here. We'll see if Rhodey will let him up. And does.
And a quick shot by Rhodey. Didn't even take the hands off the back. Took the hands off the back so he could get the point, and then he takes a shot in. It looks like he's going to get more points.
And he has just been on the back of Hachiba this entire time. We'll see if Tatum can mount a charge here late. Tatum's just an 8th grader. That's the thing to keep in mind here as well. Big, strong kid, but also young. Bright future for this Champlin Park Rebels team.
And Rhodey's a sophomore, so you got him a couple more years coming back. By the time he's done, he's going to have quite a few wins here at Anoka.
Another, there's a few more seniors on this Anoka team, but this is also a very young Tornadoes team. And especially in these lower weights. We got 30 seconds here, and they'll get whistled, and we'll get more points. And that might be enough for a tech fall, and indeed it is. 17-0 tech fall win. That was really impressive from Owen Rhodey.
That is, you know, if you're Todd Springer, you got to be smiling about that young man. He looks good.
That was cool, no doubt about it. So we wait for the next one. It's set to be 1:39. We'll see if they left this open in the first match. We'll see if they bring somebody out this time for Champlin Park. It does appear that Ali Al-Hamad is ready to go.
Yeah, he wants to wrestle.
Yeah, he's definitely making enough laps here on the mat as he waits. All right, we think I got our answer. Don't see anybody like really ready headgear-wise though for Champlin Park.
I think they left this one open last time, Tim. You're right, so probably going to do it again.
39 pounds for Champlin Park. They are open, and for Anoka, Ali Al-Hamad.
So Ali Al-Hamad will get credit for that one. 35-0 as they're open, but I think that was their last open in their first match, so I would assume they'll have somebody out the rest of the way. Here's Matt Mayo. So Garrett Whittick and Matt Mayo. Mayo was a lot of fun in that first match.
He really was. Yes, he was.
Garrett Whittick, very talented himself, junior captain for this Anoka team at 145.
Nice looking football player too.
Yeah. The Whitticks wrestle and play football.
How about that?
It's not a bad combination.
It's not.
And it's worked pretty well for both for Coach Bo and Coach Springer. Both guys kind of jockeying here a bit. Mayo's defense, I thought that was the most impressive part of him in that first match against Osseo. They'll need that defense here again, as you can see, kind of sprawling out, avoiding a takedown from Whittick. Now pulling Garrett Whittick the other direction.
Yeah, nice job by Whittick right there. Got his arm stuck in, got it out. It was ready to go over to his back, but instead he gets back up into a neutral position.
Tornadoes pitching a shutout here right now. Whittick keeps 1 foot in the circle, so that keeps everybody moving. Mayo looks to work back in. Mayo not retreating, waited for an opening and then turned it right around. Nice job. Not enough to get a point here yet for Champlin, but Mayo's defense has been quite good again.
Well, Mayo, I talked about it earlier in the first match that he's a little taller, and he's got some longer limbs, so he has some advantages being the taller of the two wrestlers.
Yeah, reach, leverage really gives you some different angles to work with, and it's tough to match up sometimes.
Well, this is where having that second match and within the last hour might come into effect here as this match goes on. We still have 30 seconds left here in the first period, though.
Yeah, you may not feel it right now, but perhaps late period 2. And if this thing stretches into period 3, I think you definitely would see it there.
Yeah, I would think you'd give the advantage to Whittick here, and this is going to be another one that's going to go right down to the end, I believe.
Whittick, another just big, strong kid. I know it's 145, but he is pretty well cut. He's in great shape. Another kid that's in the weight room quite often.
I'm guessing during the football season he wasn't 145.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark on that one as well. But
at least he didn't hit like a 145 guy.
Certainly not. That's the end of that period.
Whittick chooses down.
Whittick will start down. As we move into period 2, no score in this match. Both guys played some pretty good defense there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Whittick's looking to get out here early.
Nice takedown right there. Kept him right down was Mayo. Now Mayo trying to get inside, trying to get a hold of that arm.
Whittick wants to go.
1 point for Whittick.
He's very offensive, and that's what we saw out of Mayo the first match, is how offensive he was and got all of those stalling points against Osseo because he was being aggressive. Whittick's more the aggressor in this one.
Yeah, that was the thing about Mayo. Just kept coming forward. Even though he was trailing 7-2, 7-3, just kept coming.
Yeah, that was an impressive win, and this one's going to come right down to it, too. Minute 20 left here in the second period. Anoka's up 35-0.
Nothing but falls so far. Nothing that's gone the distance. Coach hasn't even turned his car off out in the parking lot. He's just hoping to keep that running, which not a bad move on your part. You might be able to get back out there, have it warm.
Yeah, I tell you what, you don't want to be coming in late.
Yeah, you got the Yacht Rock radio preset in there already. That's probably playing right now.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you're very ready for that.
Yeah.
Mayo, again, just trying to hang on to Whittick here up top. And now, nice job by Mayo just to stay in the circle a little bit here as Whittick tried to sprawl his way out.
Well, he's getting some riding time here.
30 seconds left in the second. 30. Stalemate or neutral.
So they'll call that a stalemate right there. They'll stand them both up. I felt like both guys were still doing stuff, so that's interesting the stalemate was called. I felt like it was called, I don't want to say quickly, but it wasn't like Mayo was just laying on top of Whittick. I felt like he was trying to find an opening.
You know, they were both right on the edge of the mat, though, and that might have played into it a little bit.
Now both go, look out. Sheesh. Mayo shoving it right into that coaching staff there for Anoka. That just gets them excited is all that does.
And that's just going to rev Whittick up a little bit. You got two tough kids out here right now.
That's the end of period 2, and you're right. Just the 1 point on the escape for Garrett Whittick. And right now, that's the difference in the match, is it's 1-0 Anoka. And a good physical one here, though, at 145. These are two pretty solid wrestlers.
Yeah,
and Mayo seems fearless.
Whittick's going to want a little bit of riding time here. He's got to try to control those hands and legs right off the bat here. And Mayo's going to try to stand up.
Whittick gets on top of Mayo. They scramble to the edge of the circle. Whittick finally yanked out by Mayo.
Out of bounds, no change.
Yeah, Whittick did a nice job right there, riding him to the side of the mat, getting him out of bounds. Once again,
Mayo wants this escape too, because they're going to tie this thing at 1.
He's going to try to get right up quick as he can here.
Oh, nice turnaround there by Whittick to not allow Mayo to get up right away. Now trying to grab that arm.
Looking to circle here.
I think they're waiting to give a point here. They're trying to see if Mayo can earn that. Yes. Mayo earns that. And now it's 1-1 with a minute and a half to go. And now both guys out of the circle.
Boy, these guys wrestle right to the edge of the mat.
They will use the whole space. They are not shy about that.
Yeah, nobody is quitting, that's for sure. We got a minute 22 left. We're at 1-1. Like we said from the beginning, this one is going to go right down to the end. That's what we got going here.
Yeah, really good one. Mayo was super impressive, very tenacious in his first matchup against Osseo. And now here against Whittick has done the same.
That first match, so.
Won that one in overtime. So that was a lengthy match. And this one's going to maybe go to the wire as well. Both guys out, look out. And that one got off the mat. And Mayo took a hard hit.
Yeah, he might have hit his...
And ref, I think the ref's a little late on that whistle when they're both out of the circle.
I'll tell you.
Because they're both going to wrestle till they hear that whistle. And if they're both out of it, that whistle, you got to blow that fast. Because that's what could happen.
Yeah, he might have hit the back of his head on the floor there.
Yeah, and he's really close to that scorer's table, and you just can't mess around over there. You got to get that whistle blowing fast if they're out there on the edge. And that was a quick takedown from Whittick afterward. So Mayo sits up, and that's a good sign. So they're going to check him out and make sure he's okay.
His back might be hurting a little bit, too.
Yeah, he'll definitely feel that in the morning and right now, as it looks like, I think Heidi Beckendorf's over there, one of our certified athletic trainers. And obviously, you have to keep an eye on all of that. First thing you worry about is head injuries. Always want to worry about that. But he's going to get back up and get back in the circle, and boy, that is some guts.
Yep, that's good news.
Now Whittick going to see if he can shoot fast here on Mayo, and Mayo's going to try to see if he can kind of get his wits about him here in these final 40 seconds after that pretty hard fall. It's 1-1, so this is close. It's anybody's match. We'll see who takes an opening first.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining here.
Now both guys again really close to the edge, and Mayo is finding more hardwood floor than he is mat when they get to the edge.
Yeah, you know, he might have hit his head again.
Yeah, and Whittick, and again, Whittick's going to go to the whistle, so he's trying to get that last shove in. Trying to get that last bit of physicality in there until that's why I think you've got to really tighten that whistle here. Both guys are using all the space.
Those weren't the first two. There's a couple other ones that these guys are driving each other out.
And it's not that you want to have an anticipation whistle or anything like that. You don't want to sense that they're going to be out of the circle, but you got to be ready for it.
Well, Mayo in that first matchup tonight, he was pushing his guy to the end. Whittick isn't letting him push him out.
Certainly not.
Sure.
Yeah, he's not retreating, no doubt about it. And we're getting down to the end, 1 second, and that will do it. Credit Mayo to get to the end of that period, because he took a couple of hard hits there out of the circle, and now we do overtime. Matt Mayo, the junior. Garrett Whittick, the junior as well. Feel like they've seen each other before.
Yeah, they probably have, that's for sure. Here we go,
shoot there by
Whittick's in
Whittick.
on the leg. No, he got out of it. He's so good on the counter. Mayo, I'm speaking of. Right,
yes, for sure. Mayo, again, yeah, just trying to reverse Whittick here. Who's got this? They're both on the edge of the circle. Just keeping his feet inside. Can he hang on? Here is Mayo.
Well, he wanted to spin around, but he couldn't because he was going to pull his foot off the mat. Otherwise, he would have had a spin around in the 2 points. But what happens when you're on the edge of the mat? And these guys are on the edge of the mat a lot.
They have used every ounce, every inch of this circle and the outside mat. 18 seconds. It's going to be close. Who can make one last move? Both guys on the edge. And again, both guys are out 4 seconds. They stand them up neutral. Trying to shoot here and hanging on is Mayo. And that's the end of that period. Boy, it's been really fun. These two have been great. Now they'll flip. Let's see what we do here. Champlin's going to go down. Mayo.
Yeah, this has been an exciting match. Both kids are so strong on their feet. You know, their counters have been great.
Yeah, just 1 point each. Each guy got one escape here. Their defense is so good because they know as soon as it seems like they might be in trouble, they get quickly out of the circle and they restart. They know where they are at all times. Whittick will go try to get a quick takedown and a quick escape here, looking for Mayo. Both guys fighting hard here.
Right,
who's got the advantage?
Whittick's holding on here, 12 seconds.
Who's got it? 12 seconds. Now getting close. Mayo hanging on here. Both guys. And they get to the end of that. Great job by Garrett Whittick to hang on there.
Yeah, that's a great job. Now all he needs to do is get out, and he's the winner.
So he will go down. Mayo on top. Great match here at 145.
I'll tell you what, Mayo's had a couple of tough matches and gone overtime in both of them.
He should go to bed right away here tonight, you'd think.
Yes.
Been very physical with a couple of really good wrestlers at 145. Whittick trying to get the escape here. They want the one, they get the one. They called for the 1 point escape. They think they got it. And they do have a 2-1 lead, 12 seconds to go.
And where did it happen? Right on the edge of the mat.
Exactly. So now, who's going to see if Whittick wants to run away? Nope, he's not. He's going to stay right there with Mayo.
Yeah, he's giving him a warning.
Yep, you got to hang in there and keep moving. Mayo trying for a takedown. Whittick gets on top, and that's going to be enough. A 3-point takedown right at the buzzer. And Garrett Whittick is going to beat Matt Mayo tonight. But I'll tell you what, Matt Mayo was really impressive this evening.
Yeah, he really was. That kid fought his heart out, and so did Whittick. And Whittick comes up with the win right there for Anoka. But what a great match that was.
You don't like to lose those matches, so Mayo no doubt is going to be frustrated there. But I thought that was a really impressive performance by him, and a great job by Garrett Whittick to hang on all the way through and just kind of outlast Matt Mayo at the end.
At 152 pounds for
I'll tell you what, I like both of those kids. And that Whittick kid for Anoka, he's a competitor too, and that's what you want as a coach. And boy, I'd take him over and over and over again.
Caden Band will step up. The junior will go against Chris Foldvinsky. Wyatt Rothram will sit out tonight. Caden Band gets the go at 152. But at least he kept the same bleach blonde hair as Rothram, so that'll allow that to at least have some symmetry.
I'll tell you what, the last time I saw him, he was about 100 pounds and
well, if that
5'5".
If the name
That's
sounds
a big
familiar,
kid right now.
there's a lot of Ban, another name that seems to wrestle quite often here at Anoka. Ban had a nice season for the football team as well. Made some big catches for them.
3 takedown, Ban.
Ban gets the takedown there.
Dad's over there in the announcing, so I think he got the name right.
And I think he's going to be quick to call those points ahead for Anoka, you think, when that happens?
Well, I
Might
wouldn't
jump
say
on
that.
that
Toby would
microphone.
never do that.
Toby will do that every now and again.
An early lead here for Ban. He's going to let him up.
So there's the 1 point. Gets the escape. It's 3-1, under a minute. And again, Ban going to look for one more takedown here before the end of this period. Gets it, at least right. Yep, looks like it. Yep, got it right there. 6-1 now. So he got exactly what he needed. He's going to let him up again, it looks like. Yes.
Yeah, he's just a little bit quicker. That's been pretty easy for him right there.
Yeah, 3 takedowns already here in this opening period. It's
Still
just,
have 25 seconds.
now might be just trying to establish some control here. May not be able to get a pin here this period, but I think definitely wants to hang on and rack up some points here.
Yeah, almost got him turned over there. Trying to control the hands, what Anoka wrestlers do so well. Ride the legs and control the hands.
1 second to go now, and that'll do it for this opening period. Very impressive for Caden Ban.
Yeah, good start for Ban here, 9-2.
9-2 start the second.
So Ban will go down here to start period number 2. And Fulvinsky try to see if he can get some points back quickly for the Rebels. Rebels stymied in this match. I think they've felt like they've had a chance to rack some points up and came away short, 38-0 overall. 1 point on the escape for Ban.
Yeah, Wyatt Rotham, he's going to move up to 160, but there's Bannon. That's a long time to stay off your back.
Ban trying to get this fall here and gets it. Nice job by Caden Ban. Boy, he was impressive. Got exactly what he needed, and another fall for the Tornadoes as they're up to 44-0 on the Rebels.
Yeah, nice job there. He knew exactly what he needed to do, and very methodical, and got another 6 points for Anoka.
So they are open at 160. They choose not to throw anybody out, and Wyatt Rothram will get the celebratory victory there. And it's 50-0. And we move to 172. This is where Logan Leonhardt was there last time for Champlin.
172 pounds for Champlin. Logan Leonhardt. And for Anoka, Matthew
Yeah, and he was pretty
Johnson.
impressive his last one. It's against Matthew Johnson, who's a 10th grader. So is Leonhardt.
Now we're starting to move back into those big guys, and that's where Champlin had a lot of success against Osseo. They were able to get some falls from these weights. Leonhardt and Johnson's. We're at 172. Anoka well in front, 50-0. As they have been in control.
You're right, though, Tim. This is where Champlin started making up a little bit of ground. Obviously, they're not going to catch Anoka here, but this is they're pretty strong up there at the top end.
Now they got some guys with some speed and athleticism in these weight classes that they can pose problems. The question is do you want to get? You know, it might be a match count issue too. They may sit down and say, okay, we're not going to win a team thing tonight or anything like that. Do we want to throw our guy out here in this moment or not?
Yeah, that definitely could take part here at the end, but hopefully we'll see somebody at each weight.
Well, if not, we haven't beat the traffic home yet. We got to make sure we do that. We need a little more.
Well, we've had had a few close matches here.
Yeah, that 145 in both of the matches we saw tonight, Osseo and this Anoka match, really impressive. Probably our favorites of the evening.
Matthew Johnson's in trouble right now.
Yeah, this is where Leonhardt had control in his first match. Now looking for that again here, trying to get a fall for the Rebels. Johnson trying to hang on, and he's able to get at least out of that pinning predicament. But 3 points there for Leonhardt. Now up to 7 overall, and now a 1-point escape for Anoka.
A couple of young sophomores going at it here.
That's the end of that first period. Tornadoes seem to do what they always do, though, Coach. In these lower weight classes, they really make some hay. It seems like they just reload in these weight classes below, and then these upper weight classes, it's kind of a. This is where Coach Sprinter does a good job of just finding those guys that maybe don't always wrestle, but now here they are wrestling heavyweights in these upper weight classes.
Yeah, absolutely. But you got to have people all the way through the lineup, and you're looking at the guillotine rankings, and I believe Anoka's 9 this week, and they're the only team from Section 7 that's in it, but there's 3 others that are in the next 10, so, but it seems like Springer always does a nice job matching up come region time, and he did a great job last year, and they'll be ready, and that's not too far down the road.
No, you're right. I mean, the winter is moving quickly. As much as it's been really cold these last few weeks, you look around and you're like, man, it's already February.
Yeah, I think girls hockey is the first up, and then you'll see the wrestling state tournament.
Won't be long, and you'll be out on the baseball diamond, Coach.
Not too long. Yeah, pretty excited about that, and looking forward to the season.
Trying to turn over Johnson. If Johnson can kind of get back here into this thing, 7-3, but if he can turn over and get a pin, this would be huge.
Boy, he was down big, and he's got him wrapped up right now.
And that was just like what happened to Champlin in the first match at 107. Big lead early, and they couldn't hang on, and they took a fall. Don't want that to happen here, but Johnson looks to be in control here.
There's still 50 seconds left.
Plenty of time to hang on to him.
He's got to tighten that up. And it looks like he's got it in pretty tight right now.
Referee watching closely as they sprawl around. Johnson gets it. What a great job there by Johnson. Falling behind 7-0. Coming back, getting a pin here in the second period. Well done.
Yeah, nice job by Johnson. Once again, it's a second Anoka wrestler that was on his back and fought to stay out of the pin and came back and pinned his opponent. So really impressive there by Johnson.
And those are really deflating. If you're Champlin Park, those are the things that just drive me crazy.
Pounds for Champlin Park, Royal Dixon.
Well, I think this is going to be a good match right here. Luke Duchesne.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see this. Royal Dixon, very impressive. Luke Duchesne, really strong athlete for this Tornado team. So these two will go at it at 189.
Yeah, Dixon looked good in this last match. He's very athletic, too, and he's very strong. So it's a couple strong kids.
Nice takedown there for Duchesne. Duchesne, of course, got his legacy moment in the football season with that game-clinching interception that secured the win for the Tornadoes to get them to U.S. Bank Stadium. One of the cooler moments I've had as a broadcaster to watch that. That was super fun to see.
Fun to see. Yep, that's for sure. And he's captain of the football team, wrestling team, and baseball team.
Yeah, he's just...
and a good kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoyed chatting with him in the hallways. Had some injury stuff early on. I got injured late in the football season. Missed the early part of the wrestling season, so he's excited to be back out there and wrestling right now.
We're just hoping he doesn't get hurt in the latter part of the wrestling season.
Yeah, this is where you got to maybe go down there and have a conversation.
He missed all last year. He was a starting catcher on the state tournament team, and then we missed him all last year.
Well, he's such a physical athlete that he just seems like he's going to make contact. He's in contact sports. You get hurt in those sometimes.
I believe he signed to play football next year. Trying to think where he's going. I know I saw in the media somewhere that he's going to play college football.
Still Anoka. I think they still produce a fair amount of three-sport athletes around here. Obviously not as many, no schools as many as used to be, but when you see one, it's kind of, it's exciting because those are the throwback guys that you just always like. Yep. Deshane, one of those guys.
Yes, he is.
6'2" here, a couple of takedowns from Deshane, has a lead, a couple of escapes from Dixon late in this first period. Anoka pitching a shutout.
Well, it's one thing to be a three-sport athlete. It's another thing to be a three-sport captain.
That's right.
It kind of tells you about his leadership.
It's another thing, to be good at three sports and to be a captain at three sports and to be considered a leader. Always, not everybody can do that. That's really, it's always something interesting to watch.
And he's doing a nice job in this match, up 9-2 here at the end of the first period.
Yeah, he has been in control, and it's different too because Dixon won his match so quickly and he was so fast, and it just feels like Deshane is about at least able to match speed with Dixon, and then strength just seems to be really just a little bit stronger perhaps than Dixon.
Well, this is where, as a wrestler, it's 56-0. You don't want to be that guy that gets beat.
That's right. Now we're into that mode, right?
Yeah, you do not want to be that guy that gets beat. So these last three guys are going to go.
That's that mentality. You don't want to make the last out number one, nor do you want to give up the run. You want to pitch the shutout, all that stuff. A little bit of pride comes into play here for both sides. Deshane trying to turn Dixon over.
He's flattening him out right now. Got control of the legs. I don't know if he's going to be able to pin him from that position, but he's feeling pretty dominant right now.
Just definitely moving towards tech fall territory here. He picks up the full 4 right there for the near fall. That'll get it to 16-2.
Oh, if he turns him over here.
Trying to grab that arm. Was that an inadvertent? Yep, there was the tech fall right there. They got it. Deshane, really impressive. And he wins that 19-2 over Royal Dixon, and that keeps things going. 61-0. And 2:15 was open, I want to say, last time.
2:15 for Champlin Park.
Will Vincent did. That's right. It was open for Osseo, not for Champlin.
And for Anoka, Mark Klein.
Mark Klein, the junior, will go against Will Vincent, the senior, at 2:15. Tornadoes trying to pitch a shutout here. They got 2 weight classes to go.
Yeah, Klein a regular in Anoka's lineup at 2:15.
He's
Hunter
a junior,
Sawyer
strong
is the
kid.
other wrestler at that weight for Anoka. He's only a 9th grader.
Vincent trying to get a hold of the leg here for the Rebels. Trying to get a takedown, and does. 3 points there for Vincent.
And Klein says, let's go. He gets right back out there and gets after it. Vincent up 3-1.
They haven't put that. There's that point. We were waiting for that to get on the board. There it is for the escape.
Both wrestlers on the edge of the mat work their way back into the middle.
Both guys very physical here, kind of shoving at each other. Now you can see a quick shoot there from Vincent. Vincent trying to just get at that leg, but a good job on defense there from Klein. Sprawling backwards, saying no to Mr. Vincent. .34 seconds to go in the opening period.
Yeah, Klein, I'm guessing he was a football player too.
He's got that look, doesn't he?
He does. You know, he's a lineman. You don't hear about those guys very much.
That's
you don't
true.
hear their names.
No. I mean, he can grow an epic mustache, which I'll give him that.
Yes.
Not everybody can do that, Coach, at this level.
Not in high school.
And I think my father was born with one. I think I've never seen him without one in my lifetime, but I haven't been able to do that.
Klein, Anoka, right at the end of the period.
Well, 6-2, early lead here.
2 takedowns, 2 escapes here, and Klein's going to go down.
But we've seen a couple of Anoka wrestlers in this position before.
Yes.
And they've come back and won the match. So we'll see what Mr. Klein can do.
That'll frustrate. That's what's going to frustrate Champlin on the bus. It's not losing. It's just like the couple of those matches where they had the lead or they had the advantage.
Yeah, there's a couple guys over there that aren't real happy right now, where they had an opportunity to win the match. But instead, Anoka's up 61-0, but trailing in this match 6-3.
I mean, you think about just how much of a swing the Mayo, Johnson, and Davis matches were. I mean, that's a minimum. That's 15 points. And who knows where it goes from there.
Well, that first match, I'll tell you what, old Carson Davis turned the switch off. And
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that in all the wrestling matches that I've been to in the last few years here on QCTV. See somebody get down that much, that quickly, where it looks like they're in dire straits, where the other wrestler looks like they can take it anytime they want and then have it turn that fast.
Well, and he was battling on his back, for a minute and a half. That's hard work. But we're still a minute left here in the second period, and 6-3 in favor of the Champlin Park wrestler Will Vincent.
Yeah, that opening match may not win match of the, look out. May not win match of the night because of how good that Whittick-Mayo match was, but certainly was something that was fun to watch for sure.
Well, nice job here by Will Vincent. Klein is pushing forward, and Vincent's not backing up. So
yeah, these are 2 big physical kids.
This next takedown is going to be a big one if someone can come up with it.
Yeah, so a takedown from Klein would square this thing, and a takedown from Vincent would give him not an insurmountable lead certainly, but certainly a commanding lead.
Looking for a duck under there. Said Vincent comes up with that leg.
28 seconds to go here, period number 2.
Nice job there by Klein. Getting out, he was in a little bit of trouble right there, but showed a little bit of athleticism and got himself out.
Takes a little bit of balance as well, just able to find his way back to the center circle.
And that's going to be it here in the second period.
Champlin Park choice going neutral.
Champlin Park says neutral here for period 3, as Vincent doesn't mind the stand-up game.
Well, I'll tell you what, both of the big boys are breathing heavy out there right now. They
sure are.
They are breathing heavy.
Klein's got a little grip here. Klein trying to turn over Vincent. A takedown would square this match as we are in period 3.
Nice job by Vincent getting away from that grasp by Klein. Still being aggressive, looking to throw by. We got a minute and 25 seconds left to go here. Klein's got to go. Hands on hip. Both of them have hands on hip.
And Vincent didn't have to wrestle in that Osseo match, so this is his first of the night as well. But you can see, 2 guys who've been very physical here, and they're pretty gassed. Klein looking for one opening here to finish this off.
The way that this is going, it's okay if Klein can get that takedown later on in the match. Otherwise, he's got to hold him down, too. As tired as he is, he might want to take this thing into overtime. We got 50 seconds remaining here. He's got to go. He's got to go. Looking to pull that head down.
Yep, 37 seconds. Got to go now. You can hear the Anoka coaches saying that same thing, Coach. Saying it is time to go.
Yeah, we're down to 24 seconds right now.
Vincent hanging on, doing a nice job here.
There you go.
Trying to shoot on Vincent. Both sides doing some yelling, trying to support their wrestler. 10 seconds. Champlin trying to break the shutout, and it looks like they're going to. A stall warning, 1 point to Anoka, but it's not going to be enough. And Will Vincent gets that one.
Match right there.
Yeah, very fun. Good physical fight from these two. And that gets the Rebels on the board. They avoid the shutout 61-3, and that's a nice one for Will Vincent.
Yeah, Will Vincent wrestled good tonight in both of those matches that he's had. But he breaks that shutout 61-3 in favor of Anoka.
Brendan Finley, or I take that back, Ethan Cameron and Brendan Finley. Finley wrestled in his first match against Osseo, lost that one on points.
But that was a good match,
That
too.
was really good. Yeah, you're right.
And he was tired at the end of that match, so he's going to try to make quick work, if he can, of Ethan Cameron. But Ethan Cameron, he's a good-sized young man.
Yeah, you're gonna need to do something to move him around. The junior Ethan Cameron. Last one of the evening here. Anoka will cruise to a win. Champlin Park took the loss to Osseo as well in a close match. So a tough night for the Rebels. Try to take the little victories where they can, and a victory here would do a lot.
Well, Champlin Park, this time of year, you're looking more at the individuals. You know, can I get an individual to the state tournament? You know, can I get an individual to the region finals? Anoka, they're looking for both individuals, and they're looking as a team. You know, it's not very realistic for Champlin Park or Osseo as teams to go to the state tournament. It's very realistic for Anoka in Section 7. So they're looking for a team effort and also individual efforts.
One thing about Coach Springer is that he just sort of reloads. You know, it just keeps bringing up the next guys.
Yeah, and he says, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
He's always so, I mean, yeah, he doesn't, I mean, he's always excited about his kids and who he has, but you never hear him get real braggadocious about a team. It's always where it's a process, we're growing, we're learning.
Yeah, it's tradition here at Anoka. It's been tradition since the 70s. You know, when I went to high school here in the late 70s, we were tough in wrestling. And like I said, it starts down below and it continues up on top.
Good first period right there, no score.
They defer.
I don't think you want to tell people that you were here in the 70s, Coach, because that really does date you.
Well, I know, but
you don't want that. I mean, you don't want people to try to start connecting the dots here on your age,
I'm
Coach.
sure
You don't
they
want
are connecting the dots. I do get in free to these events. Let's put it that way. Which is kind of nice. They never used to do that.
Yeah, they take care of you now.
They take care of me. How if I could get free popcorn and a pop?
Well, you got to work
nice
on that.
too.
Yeah, that's they're pinching the pennies up there in that concession stand. They're not taking care of the Hall of Fame discount.
You think they would? This is my old office right here.
You think they would?
Yeah, that's where I lived for 30 years, in this gym.
I feel like that's worth something. We got to have a conversation about that.
I would think so. You think I would still have a key to that thing, but
well, I don't think we want to be giving you keys, Coach.
School,
yeah,
they took all my keys.
They took all the keys and badges when that happens. They don't give you.
No.
There's no ceremonial keys that you can get.
Ceremonial keys.
I don't even think the watch they gave you works. Anyway.
Yeah.
1 point is on that last one there for Finley. And these two guys have stood up pretty much the majority of this one.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. You get to these the heavyweights, and they do a lot of hand fighting, but once somebody gets a hold, if you can get up on top, they usually stay on top.
Yeah, it's a long way to the ground, too, for
yes,
some of these guys.
There's a lot of weight falling on you, too.
Little stall warning there, it looks like.
But I'm guessing they're going to take us right into overtime in this last one.
That's possible.
The night's gone too quick.
Yeah,
they're going to bring us right to overtime.
Got to stretch this out a little bit.
Yeah. They're going to get out of this period unless somebody does something here real quick at 1-0, and Anoka will be on the bottom the chance to escape.
Great night here for the Tornadoes. And again, a night, you were right, Coach, where, you know, some of those big-name guys for the Tornadoes didn't get on the mat, but they got to see some of these younger wrestlers, and they really performed. Really impressive night. That's the end of period 2.
Well, you never know when you're going to need them. You know, with injuries that you get in this sport, you know, to be loaded with a couple people at each weight, it really is going to help you down this stretch in case you need them.
And a couple guys, seniors out. Max Berglund's out. He's got his arm in the cast down there, I can kind of see. And, of course, Michael Chamberlain's been out.
And we didn't see West tonight either. Austin West, who has over 100 wins here.
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of those seniors where that have posters up here, we didn't see them tonight. This is going to be pretty close here. He's now on the ground. Finley trying to stay on top of Cameron, reversing that, and he'll pick up 4 points.
He's got to try to get up to his knees right now. You got to get to your knees before you can get to your feet, and Brandon Finley knows that, and he's going to try to control those hands. And then he's also putting that weight on him right now, and he's pretty tired on the bottom.
Yeah,
there.
trying to lean on Cameron and see if he can just kind of wear him out here in this final minute 15.
Well, he wants to pin him. He's looking to come around there. There's a cross face, pretty hard cross face.
Yeah, you want to pin whenever you get one. Always looks good.
Now he's got it tightened up. He's going to turn him over.
He's got a chance at another near fall here at least.
50 seconds left. That's a long time for the big fella. Hang in there. Ah, nice job. Attaboy.
Turned back over. That's going to be another 4-point near fall for Finley, and he's up 9-0.
Finley, nice looking heavyweight for Champlin Park. You know, had a really good first match, and he's a junior, so he'll be back next year.
There's a lot of good young wrestlers that you really like with Champlin Park. Didn't bounce their way in this match with Anoka tonight, but you see some guys that are going to be here a while that are going to be pretty good. 12 seconds to go.
I think so too. I think so too. They just need to try to fill in a few of those holes, and those other guys getting better, and they'll be competitive next year.
1 second to go, and Finley's going to hang on to this thing. Good job by Brandon Finley, the junior for Champlin Park. He'll pick up that one.
So Champlin Park getting those last 2 matches. We're going to finish up at 61-7.
61-7 was indeed the final count, Coach. And this Anoka team continues to impress. They've done quite well most of the season, and the season continues tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when that region or section or whatever they call it in wrestling comes around, it's going to be exciting. You know, I'd like to see that, and it'll be fun to see. And like we said, we didn't see all of Anoka's best wrestlers tonight, but the ones that filled in did a really nice job.
Yeah, we saw some depth here from Anoka tonight, so that could be something to keep an eye on as the season kind of winds down here. So good job by Coach Springer, good job by the Anoka Tornadoes. Nice job by Osseo to win their match earlier tonight against Champlin Park, and the Rebels will take the bus ride home this evening and try to regroup. We'll catch them down the road as well. That'll do it for us here on QCTV tonight. We've got a lot of action coming up here to wind down the winter season. We've got some girls basketball tomorrow night, along with other action next week, boys basketball as well, some hockey as we move into the playoffs. We hope you tune in and enjoy. Until next time, for the coach, Pete Hayes, and all of our crew at QCTV doing such a great job for us, I'm Tim Anderson saying keep your head up, and we'll see you next time.